this is Appice of the Metal Nexus, and I'm here with legendary drummer Vinny Appice. How you doing, Vinny?
I'm doing good, man. Good to be here, Josh. Nice talking to you.
Hey, you too, man. Definitely appreciate you taking the time. So, the word on the street is that you have a new album coming out with your brother, Carmine.
Yeah. Yeah, that album's, it's called Sinister, and it's coming out October 27th.
Yes,
and it's
exactly
on
right.
SPV Records, yeah.
SPV Records, good stuff, man. So I had a few moments to got a few songs, man. I definitely enjoy it. It's a good sounding record, of course, very drum heavy, as someone would expect from you.
Of course. The way old record can be.
So the biggest question I think most fans are going to wonder about this album is, do we pronounce it Appice or Appice? Well,
I'm Appice and Carmine's Appice. So now we got a new thing. We say we pronounce it Appice.
There we go.
Spell it. It's easier.
Just split it right down the middle, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
So let me ask, man. So you get two drummers together, two drumming legends. Of course, like we said a minute ago, it's going to be a drum-heavy album. But how did the songwriting come about for this album? Did you guys write a lot with the music, with guitar players, or do you guys play some guitar yourself and you write the riffs and kind of come up with it?
Well, what we did was we got some good friends involved in the record. Carmine actually wrote a song himself in the night. He actually wrote that whole thing. And then the rest of them, a couple of them were some songs that I put together with guitar player Iggy Guadaro, and we did an album together a couple of years ago called Whammy with some people on it. It was really good. So these were kind of songs that were going to be used for the next record, but we didn't do a next record. So these songs were put together, and they sounded great. I put drums on them, then I had bass put on them, but a lot of them, you know, I had the songs, and I kind of edited it into an arrangement that works.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, and then we got riffs from Joel Holster sent us a bunch of different riffs, you know, and then so we put together what I thought worked. I was kind of the editor on all this.
Yeah.
You know, sitting in my studio and editing stuff together.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Joel's a monster.
What's that?
Joel's a monster, so I'd imagine he's
Joe's a monster, yeah. Then he gave me the riffs, then I put it together, I sent it to him, and he liked it. Then he redid his guitars, did solo. You talk about a monster, you're absolutely right. And and then a couple of songs we'll put together with Craig Lee. I gave him some drum feels, and he put some riffs together, and then we, you know, built the song upon that. So they're all different things, you know, different ways. And then also the Monsters and Heroes track was a song written with the King Cobra guys, some of the guys from King Cobra that Carmine had.
The Carmine, yeah.
Yeah, so the songs came from all different areas, all different ways.
Monsters and Heroes, that's the song that kind of stood out to me. Definitely has a lot of Ronnie James Dio references. Is that meant to be a little something for him?
It's absolutely something for him. It's finally a tribute to him in a song by people who worked with him and were best friends with him, and yeah, it was pretty touching. So
very cool.
Yeah, so that's going to be the single, and that's the video that's coming out on October 27th when the album comes out.
Very cool. But now the single's already available. Is that correct?
No, nothing's out yet, but there's a lyric video, I believe, that's out on YouTube right now.
Oh, okay. So it is out there for fans to hear. Okay, good deal. So who else is on the album that maybe fans can look forward to hearing? I know it's got a real list of who's who on it.
Well, there's Joel on guitar, there's Iggy on guitar, Craig Goldie on guitar, there's Robert McCall. Jim Creams, our vocalist live, he's on there. Iggy Guadaro, this kid's like 17-year-old monster guitar player. And the Okai sisters are some two Japanese sisters that rock out. They were on the album too. We played with them live. They play great, and people love them. And who else is on there? Paul Sortino singing. And there's some, guy, Chris Gordon Godin from France. This guy, you might not have heard of him, but he is this one hell of a monster player.
Right.
When you hear the song suddenly in the solo that's on there, it's like, whoa.
Very cool.
And then check him out on the internet. It's amazing stuff. So.
Good deal. Was it hard to work around everyone's schedule, or did people, with technology, was it more like you guys sent them the tracks and they would record in their home area and send it back, or did you actually try to physically get more email? And
this was a technology-produced record.
No doubt. Just
none of us played together.
Let them do their thing and then send it back to you. And
yeah, but, none of us played together in the same room except me and Carmine. And the girls, the Appice sisters, when we laid some basic tracks down. But the rest of it was all put together over the internet. And, I've been doing this a long time, especially doing tracks over the internet. And I got it down where, I could put drums down on most songs and you can't even tell, But most of the time they're going to redo the instruments of my drums, but I get it so tight that it sounds like it's finished.
Yeah,
with the drums and stuff. So.
Would you have ever believed 30 years ago that you would be doing this, where you're sending tracks through email, and you're not even physically in the same room together, and writing these songs and working them out, and recording them back and forth? It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, because years ago, what you used to do is have to mail the masters. Like I remember, we mailed reel-to-reel tapes, the big ones too. Yeah. Over to England or something. And, what a hassle. Then you get a week, 2 weeks for it to get. Hopefully it gets there without being destroyed.
Yeah,
and it was totally like the Flintstones compared to now.
Yeah. And like I said, it's not been very long ago. We've definitely witnessed a lot of change, since you began your career,
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
but then, we didn't think we were going to buy water bottles, bottle of water for $3.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When it comes to the drum parts, how did you and Carmine, how do you collaborate on I'm a guitar player. So, for guitar players to collaborate, it's really easy. You take turns, you jam a few together or whatever. How did you guys approach it from a drumming standpoint of who's going to play on what and what field goes here, and how did you guys approach working together on that? Are you both are on some of the tracks together, correct?
We're on a lot of the tracks. Most of the tracks were on together, but we didn't just play through this, every song we played together. We didn't do that. So what we did was we sat down and listened to songs. Why don't we do this one as playing together? Let's do this one as you play the verses, I play the choruses. So we mapped out how we were going to play it. And I'm on the left, Carmine's on the right, mix. So sometimes when we're playing together, if you listen with headphones on or good system, you hear two drums,
or if your right ear headphone is out, they're going to hear you the whole time and not hear Carmine at all.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So there's all different mixes. Each song's got a different approach, how it was.
Yeah. Well, after all these years of you've been a professional since what, 1983?
No, 1976, dude.
Oh, okay. I'm giving you a few years there. And Carmine's been around. He's the older brother, correct? So he's been around a little bit.
Carmine's been around since the 1800s.
So why in 2017 was the time right for you guys to do an album together?
Because we've been for the past few years we're doing shows live, and then we thought we had a manager, and we all thought it would be easier to book shows and sell the whole package if we had an album out. And we wanted to do one all these years. We just never had the time to really schedule ourselves because fortunately we're very busy.
Yeah.
So this was the time when we talked about it. It was like the beginning of the year, we both had a lot of, time off that we can sit down and start concentrating on this. And that's what happened. Yeah, so it was a great time.
Yeah, and that's special. I mean, that's something that most people, musicians will never really understand is the bond between, two brothers. Any musician is a brother with their bandmates, but when you're physically brothers, that's something that's really special. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, we're happy about it. We're excited, and we're very excited about how it came out,
Yeah, good deal. So I know you've got a few shows booked. Is there any plans for more touring, or is it just going to kind of wait and see?
Yeah, we're going to do more touring. We just did a couple of dates, one in New Hampshire, one in Las Vegas, where we shot a video for the Song Monsters and Heroes. So we're going to tour in January in Europe, and then bring the show to the States thereafter, toward the beginning of the year.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Before I let you go, Vinny, is there anything else you got coming up in the future that we can look forward to, or what else?
I got. We're working on the second album with Last in Line. That's awesome. That's my main band, and that's going to be due out. And we got 5 songs recorded, and we're working on writing right now, and going back in the studio in December. We're doing some dates on the East Coast in November, beginning of November, and so got a whole bunch of stuff coming. And next weekend I'll be at the Chilla Theater signing autographs at big convention there in New Jersey, and that's all next weekend, I should say.
Very exciting.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, no doubt. A busy man. You've lived a busy life, that's for sure. I couldn't let you go without asking one question, not so much a question, but a comment. I am a well-known Black Sabbath mark. Love Black Sabbath. Always been my favorite band. So, of course, December 4th was the final Sabbath show ever. And a lot of people forget that you did drum with Ozzy also around in the 90s. You've been in, so you've essentially drummed for every era of the group. You did with Dio and then with Ozzy.
Even with Rob Halford.
That's correct. Yes. And you filled in. Do you have any funny stories or memories of Black Sabbath that you'd like to share? Anything that kind of sticks out, something that maybe Geezer did or Tony, or something about the guys that maybe,
Well, there was one show, this was back on the Heaven and Hell tour, where we played England, and we had smoke machines on, then smoke machines with the big old oil drums, and you would throw dry ice in the oil drum, and that would create smoke, and they'd suck it out of there and blow it on stage. That's the way it worked. So George so the oil drums were behind my drums, and when they put the dry ice in the water, it exploded, and the water went up like 20 feet in the air, and then the audience thought it was part of the show and gave all the devil home.
Final cat.
Yeah,
definitely saw that moment.
They didn't realize that this is not supposed to happen, and then the water came down on me. Also came down on me was dry ice. So the dry ice down the crack of my pants.
Oh no!
Yeah, down the crack of my pants.
And what can you do, man? Just keep going,
No, you couldn't keep going. It was beyond that.
Oh my God.
We were all wet. There was no sound coming out of the drums. The whole stage was wet. And Tony and Geezer were laughing. So it was like
I lost you for a minute there. It kind of cut out, so I might have missed that part. So the water goes up and the dry ice, and it goes down your pants. So the whole stage is wet?
The whole stage is wet. Then I'm sitting there. Then I realized there's dry ice that was on the back of my pants on my ass, and it's burning my ass. So I'm like, So I had to run off the stage. I said, I'll be right back. And I ran off and had to go to the medics to get treated because it kicks your skin and it keeps burning.
When a rock star's privates are burning, it shouldn't be for those reasons.
Exactly. So the show had to all get off stage. They had to clean up the stage, and then we went back on probably half an hour later, and I had a pillow. So I used a pillow to sit on to get through the rest of the show. That's crazy.
Wow.
When I went to the medics, they were 2 female medics, too. I had to pull, I picked the dry ice off my ass. 2 females. instead of a man.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, nuts.
Yeah, that's classic. That's definitely one I've never heard before. That's classic right there.
Yeah, and it won't happen these days because the smoke machines are like tiny little boxes now.
Yeah, they're like they're not actually even. Now they're like misty. Like they're not really the same kind of. They're not dry ice anymore either. They're like
no, it's not dry ice
kind of deal. Yeah.
So yeah, so that's what happens. So that's a story that will stick out, and that'll be in my book whenever it comes out.
Definitely.
I remember stuff.
Is that something that's in the works for you? A new book?
I play with John Lennon too, so I Rick Derringer. So I've got a lot of different stories along the years and stuff, and so everybody says you should do a book, So
it would be amazing. Yeah, definitely, because you've worn a lot of different hats. You definitely have a lot of stories to tell. That'd be great.
Yeah, so we'll look forward to that.
No doubt. And in the meantime, we will all chew on Sinister. Again, it's available October the 27th through SPV Records. APPICE, Sinister.
That's it.
For the record, I've always been an Appice guy, just so you know. That's me.
Good.
Appice, So.
Yeah.
All right, Vinny, man. We appreciate the time, and we'll see you soon, man. Congratulations on the record.
Thank you, Josh.